You're tuned into Capital Jazz TV. I'm your host, Jodine Dorsey, and this is the Sweet 16 Capital Jazz SuperCruise, and I am sitting here with one of our headliners, Mr. Robert Glasper.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
Robert, how many SuperCruises have you done?
Oh, I mean, this is the only super cruise I've ever done. I've been on the one in 2019,
Yes.
and it's gotten more super since then. It just keeps going, getting better and better, and more
So
super.
this is your second cruise.
My second cruise, second
you've-
super cruise.
And you've done a number of festivals.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
What is it about Capital Jazz that just feeds your soul? What about our audience?
I feel like this is a family reunion. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Literally, when I do the Capital Jazz, just the festival, it's a reunion. But then it's like the reunion on the water. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Right,
I feel
right.
so at home. I can walk around and just feel at home.
Yeah.
You know, I don't walk around like, oh, let me try to get away from people. It's
Right.
literally like, where my auntie and uncle at? Where everybody at? Where my cousins at?
I
Where,
love
you know
that.
what I mean?
I
And that's
love that.
how I feel. It's just
I hear
comfortable.
that a lot. It's a lot about a family reunion type
Literally,
of vibe.
cousins,
Yeah.
aunties, uncles, the whole thing. You
I
know what
love
mean?
that.
Absolutely.
So talking about cruises and festivals, you have been doing something really significant with Blue Note.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you have for 6 years now, I want to say October make it 6
Yep,
years.
yep.
You've been doing Robtober at Blue Note?
Yes, so I do like a month or like 5 to 6 weeks at the Blue Note Jazz Club in New York, and I take it over. It's called Robtoberfest.
Robtoberfest.
So-
What's so significant about Robtoberfest?
Well, it's a place that I can pretty much make all of my musical dreams come true. Whatever I want to do, it's kind of pretty much my musical playground. I kind of do what I want there for a whole month, and it's amazing. And I get to curate all these different shows, different musicians, different artists coming in and out, jamming with each other, creating situations that just don't happen. You know what I mean? So I get to make those happen, and I get a whole month to do it. You know,
Wow.
and it's every 2 to 3 days is something totally different. You know, and it's amazing. It's amazing that I get a space to do that in. And New York, whatever, you know.
what other place?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, couple questions from that. Any artists that you've worked with Robtober that you were just like, this is why I do what I do?
Oh, so many. Most of
Like
them.
who?
One of them is on the cruise.
Who?
A few of them are on the cruise.
Who?
But Stout's here.
Yes.
Stout's amazing.
Yes.
Keon Harrell.
Woo.
Keon's amazing. You know, they're going to be here. Music Soul Child. There's so many people that Music just did Robtober with me just this past October.
Oh, wow.
On Halloween. I had him in common on Halloween. So, yeah. So, you know, it's just, I get the best of the best, and most of they're my friends. You know what I mean? It's literally, I get to hang out with my friends for a month.
That's
what
dope.
that's what it is.
That's
you know?
dope.
And yeah, it's cool.
That's dope. And then outside of that, you've done this for 6 years, and people may not be able to like come to New York.
Right.
So are you doing anything? Are you taping it? Are you filming it?
Yes.
Are we going to be able to hear it?
Yeah, I've been filming it for the last 6 years. I've been recording it every night, recording. So I have a plethora of recordings of it, all that stuff. So definitely in the future, those things will be released at some point. You know what I mean?
Okay,
For
we
sure.
heard it here. Wait, are
Absolutely.
we hearing it here first
You're,
on
hear-
Capital
you're
Jazz
hearing
TV?
it here first.
You
It's
hear-
gonna
we
it's
hearing
going to
it?
happen at some point. I don't know when, but we're gonna make it happen.
Okay, we're here for
Absolutely,
that.
absolutely.
And so
For sure.
outside of Blue Notes, Robtober
Yes.
in October, we can also find you at a jazz fest for Blue
Napa.
Note?
Yes, so-
Napa.
So basically, Napa Jazz Festival is a spin-off from the Robtober. So basically, after doing Robtober for so many years, they approached me like, hey, do you want to try to make that Robtober experience a 3-day festival? You know,
Wow.
I'll just do that, but on a bigger scale. And I was like, absolutely, let's do that. So for the past 2 years, we did it. It's in Napa, and we do it at different resorts in Napa, different spots in Napa, and it's amazing. We do 2 or 3 days, 3 days. It's a whole 3-day weekend, and I mean we've had, you know, Mary J. Blige, Ari Lennox, Nas, Chance the Rapper, you know, Layla Hathaway, Bilal, Ledisi, you know, George Clinton. You know, just the list goes on and on. Rakim, the list goes on and on. And I end up having like we end up having these epic jam sessions, you know,
Yeah.
to go along with it. Last year I had, on stage at one time, I had De La Soul, Rakim, Chance the Rapper, Anderson .Paak, and Bilal, you know, just
That sounds like
going crazy and rock and yeah, it was just
wow.
it was just seeing moments. I remember a moment where Chance the Rapper met Rakim on stage, saw the moment. You know what I mean? It was just like
wow.
those things I live for. You know what I mean? And having Chappelle there, Chappelle be hosting it with me, and it's just you never know what's going to happen, and that's what I love about it. I don't like to plan things out too much. I like to let the universe produce and see what happens.
I love that. And that is one of the things about curating and producing is like leaving space for the universe to do its work.
Absolutely.
That is so important when you're here in this entertainment. How is curating versus creating music versus scoring soundtrack, like all of this that you're doing right now, what is feeding you? What is feeding your soul?
Well, yeah, the scoring is new for me. I just started doing that because I've been on tour playing music and writing music and making albums for years, for 24 years. But scoring has just been something I've been doing in the last, 8 years or so. You know what I mean? And so that's new to me because I'm on somebody else's time clock. You know what I mean? And I'm making music. I'm trying to tell a story that I'm not telling. You know what I mean? It's somebody else's story. I'm trying to help them tell their story through the music. So it's a different thing, but it's great. And I've got a chance to do so many great things. The last thing I did was the Best Man series. That came out, and that was such an important one to me because that's the culture. You know what I mean? Those Best Man movies, those are like what we grew up on. Like that's a part of who we are. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it was an honor. Shout out to Malcolm D. Lee, for the director, Malcolm D. Lee, for that. But yeah, it's been great.
What about, you just did one with the Luther Estate. There's a Luther documentary that was screened at Sundance.
Never Too Much.
Never Too Much.
Yes.
And you scored that as well. How did that come into play?
Yeah, that was amazing. I got the call. I don't even know how I got the call or why I got the call, but I guess they liked me somehow. And I was just so happy when I did.
Was it the family that called you? Or
no, it
was
wasn't the family. It was the producer, the director. I guess the producer, the director, and everybody came after they had their meeting. They realized they wanted me, and then their people contacted my people, and then I was just like, that is, I grew up on Luther.
I was going to ask you, what's your connection to Luther? Did you know him? Or?
No, I never met him, but my parents play Luther in the house all the time, and I was a big fan of his piano player and arranger, Nat Adderley. Huge fan, and I got to meet Nat at the Sundance Music Festival when we did the premiere of the Luther doc, and it was a dream come true, and it's just like, I'm really happy for everybody to see it because Luther is such a mystery to a lot of people,
Absolutely.
and you love him, but you don't know much about him. You don't know him, and this really gives you some insight on so many things. It's really, really well done. Yeah.
Look, what's next for you right now, Robert?
Next. The next thing I'm doing, I can't say yet.
Why? I mean, it's family.
I know. I have to sign it. I have to sign an NDA. So
man.
I can't say what it is. But it's awesome. That's all I got. It's awesome.
That's all you got.
That's all I can tell you.
So you're going to make an announcement about it soon.
Yeah, I'm going to make an announcement. The announcement's going to be, hey y'all, I'm going to be doing something awesome.
I must be losing it
Can't tell
because
you
I
what
can't
it
get
is.
it out of him. So
Normally you can get
frustrating.
out of me, Jodine. Normally you can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jodine. Sorry.
So let's talk about legacy.
Yes.
Congratulations on all your Grammy wins, but
Thank you.
this last one was a little bit more significant.
Absolutely.
Tell me why.
Yeah. So this last Grammys, I was nominated for 2 Grammys for Best R&B Song and Best R&B Performance for a song that I did for this series that I was scoring called Run the World. It's I did the song with featuring Sir and Alex Isley.
Woo.
Yeah, absolutely. It's called Back to Love.
Woo, you got to get it on Capital Jazz.
Absolutely. Yes. And my son actually produced it with me. My son makes beats, he makes music on the
How old
MP.
is your son?
My son's 15 now. He just turned 15 years old. And this was his first placement, like his first major placement. His second was Gallant. He has 2 songs on Gallant's album.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. So this was his first placement, and he got nominated for 2 Grammys on the first placement. I'm like, what am I telling him to go do his homework now? Like, that started off wrong.
Go outside and play?
Yeah, I started off wrong, but it was amazing. And I brought him the last time he was at the Grammys with me, he was 4, and he was just there with his dad, but now we went just now, and he's there as a Grammy nominee, and we're walking down the carpet, he's answering questions, and I was tearing up. I was like, golly, man.
He's all on the carpet looking grown.
Oh,
I saw the pictures. You guys took a picture with Beyonce.
Absolutely, and he wasn't scared to do any of that. Like, there was a time.
That's crazy.
at our table, it was Victoria Monet and Holly, right?
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
talking, and I'm talking to Victoria, I look over, I don't see my son, and I'm looking around. He over there having a full-blown conversation with Billie Eilish. So I walk over there like the odd man out of the group, like, hi, this
It's my child.
is my son. I play the piano. But
That's
it was
amazing.
awesome though. The fact that he got to do that and talk, he got the chance to meet his #1 rapper. He met Jay-Z, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
the whole nine. So it was great. And to see B again, it was great.
Yeah,
You know, I've known
That's that
Beyonce for
Houston
years.
connection, yeah.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
it was amazing. Yeah.
So what does this mean for Robert Glasper as a father, as a man? Like, what is this legacy or this baton that you're passing? What does that mean to you, and is it important?
Yeah, it means everything. You know what I mean? You know, the fact that my son's doing music, and that's something I didn't push on him. You know what I mean? This is it was just around. He was around music. He had no choice but to be around it.
Right,
You know what I mean? So
right.
he was gonna like music somehow, but to do it was his choice. But the fact that he's already found his passion, because it's a passion. What he does, making beats, making music is his passion. It's I didn't know my passion when I was 15. Most people don't know their
But
passion.
you didn't know your passion, but
I was talented.
were musical.
Yeah.
You were musical. You were like brilliant, doing your thing.
Well, here's the thing, though. You can be talented and still not know your passion. When I was 15, I thought I was going to be a basketball player. You know what I mean?
That's right.
My passion was secretly, casually basketball. But my gift was playing the piano.
Right.
So sometimes those things don't align for a lot of people until later in life. Too late.
Yes.
But you're blessed if you can find out early what your passion is and what your talent is. And if they're the same thing, or they can be the same thing, eventually sometimes they become the same thing.
Right.
Once I tapped into the gift that I have, then it became my passion because I loved it and I realized I was good at it. So then I just started working at it. You know what I mean? But
Right.
that's what he's doing now, and it's awesome to watch. I'm really, really excited for what he's going to do next. You know what I mean?
Last two.
My baby
questions.
girl's singing too. She's singing
What?
on pitch.
How old is she now?
3.
Oh my gosh.
Lola, yeah, she's doing her thing too.
You're about to
So-
have the Jackson 5 over here.
No, the
Glasper 5.
When they get together, they be jamming.
I
First of
love
all, they
it.
don't let me enjoy. They don't let me in. I can't jam with them. They're like, no, Dad, no, Papa. You know, I got this. So I enjoy it.
Last two questions. What are your words of inspiration? What are your words of encouragement for those other artists that are trying to align their gift and their passion so that they can come out and make music?
I would say you have to really put 100% in it. Because some people are too worried about what if it doesn't work out. They're too worried about it. You know, there's a healthy amount of what if it doesn't work out. That's
Right.
fine, but then you start like making excuses and you're not taking what you should be taking too seriously. You're
Right.
not taking it as seriously as you should.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think what works for most people when they really just buckle down and act like there's nothing else. You know
Right.
what I mean? And because
Right.
then you start really doing what you're supposed to do. You get in dire strait and you really start doing what you need to do for the music or for whatever your passion is, whatever it
Right.
is. You know, try to make that as much as the main thing as you can. You know.
Robert, thank you so much for joining us here on the Super
Absolutely.
Cruise.
Absolutely.
How do the Super Cruisers find out what's the next project that you won't share with Jodine on Capital Jazz TV?
You'll find out. I'll be posting it when it's time, when they allow me to.
Post it where, on IG? Like,
On
where
my
can we find
IG,
you?
my IG,
Yeah.
you'll see it on my IG,
Okay.
and then it'll go on all the other things, all the Facebooks. No, I don't do those things, but I have somebody who does.
He has a team.
I have a team.
But
They
you
do
do,
it.
but you do post some really good things on IG.
Only on IG, yeah.
Okay.
I'll do it on IG. So
Okay.
you'll hear about it, but I'm really excited about it.
Okay, fantastic. So you can find him on Robert Glasper if you're looking at IG, Twitter, Facebook, Robert Glasper.
Absolutely.
Glasper.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you now. I'll tell you. Doing a movie. I'm starring in it. Me and Idris Elba. It's called Twins.
I don't know if that's really
and-
it, but
It's gonna be amazing. You know, we're working out together. We're starting to be seen in public together because we look just alike. And I keep hearing it. Oh my God, Robbie loves Idris Elba. He keeps hearing it. So,
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
we're doing a movie.
yeah.
So look forward to that.
Sometimes
I don't
you
like
just
you laughing. I don't like the way you
take
laughed
him
at it.
seriously.
So, well, you'll know if that's true soon.
Thank you, Robert Glasper, for joining us on
Of
the
course.
Sweet 16 Capital Jazz Super Cruise.
Of course.
You could find more about Robert Glasper. Just go on your social channels or go on website, look him up. You'll find his music. This is the music that you want to feed your soul with. My name is Jodine Dorsey. You're tuned in to Capital Jazz TV.
And there will be a raffle going on later for the shirt that I'm going to take off. Whoever wins the raffle gets to have the shirt. I've been sweating all day in it. And, I'm just going to give it to the lucky winner.
Thank you and good night.